Were you texting?
See, I said she'd get fed up with you. It's another bloke.
It isn't. Is it?
Yeah, I guess you caught me out. It's my dad, you muppet. He's got his interview this morning, just wishing him good luck and that.
Well, I hope he gets it. Especially if it means you moving into the village.
Yeah. Be great if we were all neighbours.
So how does he rate his chances?
He's really confident. He's up first thing this morning pressing his suit and shirt.
Let's hope Chris Tate's impressed.
Well, he seemed pretty interested. My dad's run his own business for years. Dad will find anyone better qualified.
Sounds good to me. We can start planning your housewarming party, yeah?
Maybe best wait till tonight for that, eh?
Ain't my dad coming down?
I've called him twice already.
Pulled the covers over his head and stayed in bed, typical of him.
So what exactly did happen yesterday?
Well, we dug up every inch of the garden, and then we found nothing but this.
Because there was nothing to find. If you listened to me, you'd have saved yourself a journey.
Are you OK, Dad? Did you sleep all right?
Not really.
Poor little sotty. Did he have a nightmare? Dream I was murdering the rest of his family.
I give it a rest there, Nana.
You sit down, Zach, love. I'll bring you your breakfast over.
I'm not hungry, thanks. Gotta go out.
Gonna dig up all the fields now, eh? You still won't find anything.
Just setting things up for your interview.
Oh, thanks, Terry. You know, it seems so strange. I mean, it was only a few years ago I was stood on some street corner looking for trade.
Oh, and now you got the power of life and death over folk. Comes with being a Tate.
Gonna take some getting used to. I mean, what do I do if I find one of my old clients amongst the candidates?
Well, just enjoy putting him in his place. Seems to me like you've taken to this boss business like a duck to water.
Yeah, maybe. I'm still the same person inside, though.
Well, another few years of five-star hotels will cure that.
Yeah, reckon I've earned them. Anyway, that's the list of candidates. First one's due at 12, and will you get Cynthia to make them a cup of coffee while they're waiting, if I'm not back by then?
Where are you off to? Have you spotted another business? Gonna make another takeover bid?
No, just paying off my gambling debts. I lost a bet to Chloe yesterday. You see, Terry, I haven't changed that much.
Maybe we could ask Diane for an advance on our wages.
That's not the answer, Trish.
Well, at least we'd have the money to pay Grandad.
And what about next month? We can't keep getting into more debt. We've got to think of a way of earning more money.
Rob a bank?
Bonnie and Clyde, we're not.
Good morning, sir. Always nice to see a new face in the wool pack. And what can I get for you?
Half a bitter, please.
Coming up.
What was that all about? You practically flattened me to get to that guy.
Oh, sorry, he just looks smart.
You're welcome to him, Tricia. He's not my type.
Oh, no, I don't mean that. I mean, he looks like a good tipper. Me and Marlon need all the money we can get right now.
Oh, you must be desperate.
There you go, sir. Anything else I can get for you?
Not really. I'm only having this for Dutch courage. I've got a job interview this morning. I think I'm in with a really good chance. Once I've got it, me and my daughter can start making plans.
Oh, good.
Good morning, sir. And what can I do for you?
Full service, cleaner inside and out.
Very good, sir. To give me your keys?
I need it back this afternoon.
Not a problem. We'll have it ready for you.
Not very busy then. Still, I can't imagine there's a lot of work for a garage in a village this size.
We do all right, thank you.
No need to get defensive. I was just thinking I might be able to throw the odd bit of work your way. Anyway, see you about 5.
Well, he's got 3 houses. Maybe he's got a car for each.
Or maybe he just likes muscling in on local businesses. I mean, you know he tried to get in Chris's way with the older village. And outbid him on the farmhouse. And then he tried to buy him to take trash.
Busy man?
Yeah, well, we decided we were better off without him.
Yeah, well, you and Chris are rich enough to be picky about who you do business with, but we're not.
Well, he are. Chloe's certainly turning better off anyway. Tell her that's the winnings from yesterday's bet.
What was the bet for?
Oh, I think you better ask her about that. I must get going. I've got managers to interview. See ya.
Decided what you're going to do with my farmhouse yet, Ray?
I've had some discussions with my architect. Plenty of options.
Some flash conversion so you can fill the place full of city folk who treat the country like a theme park.
It's where the money is, Jack. If you'd worked that out for yourself, you wouldn't have had to sell it to me.
Whatever
whatever he does, Jack, it's his place now, his business. You ought to be thinking about the future, not the past.
They're interviewing for the estate manager's job up at Home Farm today. Should be right up your street, Jack.
Me? Work for the Tates? Must be joking.
Good, good. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Just confirming our counselling appointment.
Oh, good. In the meantime, I intend to keep myself busy, starting with this place. Could do with a good spring clean.
Do you want me to help?
Oh, you'd only get under my feet. Haven't you got some parish business to get on with?
I really ought to visit Edna. Perhaps I'll take Gabby with me. Might cheer her up a bit.
Oh, that's a good idea. And you can pick me up some more cleaning stuff while you're in the village.
Right. Well, I don't think we need to waste any more of your time or ours. Our estate manager will need to deal with a lot of important clients, and quite frankly, you're not the calibre of applicant we're looking for. Thank you.
Bit hard on him, weren't you?
Yeah, well, he used to run a country house hotel near Harrogate and he were dead snobby. He had me thrown out of the bar with a load of snide remarks about single women.
Well, revenge is sweet, but we still need a manager.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, show him in, please.
Brian Adiman. Hey, you were quite impressed with his CV.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't strike any warning bells from your past.
Good afternoon, Mr. Adiman. Hi. Please, take a seat.
So, what makes you think you're right for the job?
Well, until very recently, I was running my own business.
Me and Frank were like chalk and cheese from the first minute he arrived in the village.
Frank's dead, Jack. This is you we're talking about.
Well, Chris is just the same. Always spouting on about bringing jobs to the Dales, but he doesn't care what he destroys along the way. Only difference is I'd be working for the monkey instead of the organ grinder.
Maybe not. Charity obviously persuaded him to see things her way over the refuse contract.
Yeah, well, we all know why he listens to her.
So get her on your side and you'll have a powerful ally. You say you love the land. Well, now's your chance to have an influence over what happens to it. Are you going to let old feuds stand in the way of that?
We're not just looking for someone who can deal with tenant farmers and collect rents. We need an estate manager who can show some initiative.
Well, then I'm your man. I know all about maximising profits, and you can trust me to keep coming up with ideas.
Good answer. I mean, the country's part of the leisure industry now, and there's plenty of opportunities to build on that at Home Farm.
Have the interviews finished?
Yeah, well, they're in with the last one now. What can I do you for, Jack?
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have come.
Well, I can't make any promises, Mr. Ediman, but I can tell you that we were both very impressed. So we'll talk it over and give you a decision by the end of today.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Tate.
All right. Jack, what are you doing here?
Well, I was thinking of applying for the job, but looks like I'm too late.
Oh, we couldn't turn someone away with your experience. I'm sure Chris will be delighted to see you.
Jack, you're more qualified for the job than anyone else we could find. I just can't imagine why you're applying for it. I can't remember us agreeing on anything. I mean, what makes you think you can forget all that and start taking orders from me now?
Maybe this is the wrong way to approach the interview.
No, Chris is right. It needs sorting now. Look, I'm looking for work, and I know I can do the job. Unless you're just looking for a yes man. The Tate vision of the Dales has always been holiday parks and petting zoos.
Yeah, but maybe if you'd taken more notice of it, you wouldn't have lost your farm.
Oh, I've made mistakes. I admit it. There's got to be change. But that doesn't mean you throw away everything that's traditional. There's still a proper place for farming. People are always going to need to eat.
You're not really here for the job, just another chance to lecture me.
Depends whether you're ready to admit that you and Frank made a few mistakes too. You've had the whole village against you enough times.
Well, yeah, and most of the time it's you stirring them up.
Yeah, but maybe, if we work together, we could get the best of both worlds.
Well, you've given us a lot to think about, Jack. Maybe it'd be best if me and Chris discussed it between us first before we made a decision.
Ah, taking a break from spring cleaning?
Oh, it's my fault, I'm afraid. It's a bit late for me to become a new man. I could never really work out one end of a mop from the other.
He's a good cook, though, as long as somebody else does the washing up.
That's called teamwork.
Mum calls it skiving.
Well, I really enjoy the chance to spend more time with Gabrielle. I don't mind changing her nappies and cleaning her up. I think the idea that women are the only ones that can do all that is outdated.
Well, you've obviously got him well trained. Maybe you should take over the parish.
Oh, I don't think so. Being a vicar needs more patience than I'll ever have. How's Edna?
Obviously recovering. She spent the whole time complaining about Trisha's front garden. Her indignancy levels were practically back to normal.
Things can only get worse. I went garden shopping with Trisha the other day, and I can guarantee that Edna won't like any of her ideas.
I think sparks will fly with both of them on the committee.
And you're going to have to referee between them. I doubt even Solomon would have taken that on. You're going to have your patience really tested.
Well, I thought Brian Adiman was ideal.
Bit too cocky for my liking.
Right, OK, then let's discuss Jack Sugden. Oh, Chris, I'm going to have to teach you to look at things in a new way. I mean, be honest. You thought I handled the refuse contract all wrong, didn't you? But I still got a result. Maybe it'd be the same with Jack Sugden.
Out of the question. If you hadn't interrupted me, I'd have told him so at the interview.
Well, he knows more about the land than anybody else we could get.
He knows how things were. He lives in the past. Plus, he hates me.
Well, I still think we could use some of his ideas. And people trust him more than you and me. I think that could be very useful.
You think we could get him to toe the company line?
I can be very persuasive. You know that. Come on, give him a chance. You can have the pleasure of sacking him later if I'm wrong.
Page 20s.
99.
Right, I win again.
So, yeah, but...
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Do you want me to deal you in?
No, thanks.
Sammy owes us £2.5 million. But it's all right. Take it in pig feeding duties. He's doing it till Christmas.
Where have you been, Dad? Been worried about you.
Graveyard. Visiting Ben and Butch. At least I've got somewhere I can mourn them. Not knowing where my dad is well, the hardest part.
You don't really still think she killed him, do you?
If she didn't. He walked out on us when I was 8 years old and never sent so much as a birthday card since. If that's the truth, I'd rather he were dead.
You're not still going on about it, are you? Man your age should have grown up by now.
Leave him alone, eh, Nana? A woman of your age should know better than to keep picking at him.
But maybe it's best to just stay off the subject for a while.
Can't do that, Lisa. One way or another, we've got to find out the truth.
Thought we ought to talk before we do anything we both regret.
That makes sense.
Well, let's go to the Woolpack. Neutral territory would be best.
Good idea. Less likely to fight in public.
It's never stopped you before, Jack.
Hey, how did the interviews go? Oh, I'm not really sure. Chris said he'll talk to my choice later. And if they come to blows, well, I'll know I've got it wrong.
You mean High Life's got its downside, then?
Yeah.
Well, I had a great time yesterday. I thought it was always like that.
You were certainly popular with the blokes. I gave Scott your winnings.
Oh, I hope you didn't tell me about the bet.
What's the problem?
He gets jealous. You know, blokes, thinks I'll meet someone who'll take me away from him.
Yeah, well, there must have been half a dozen who would, given half the chance.
Oh, you didn't tell him that, did you?
Relax. I didn't even tell him what the bet was about. All you've got to do is come up with a good cover story. Mind you, if any of them's keen enough to phone, it might make it harder.
So where did the interview go?
Really well. I reckon I'd be home and dry if Jack Sugden had stuff is all right.
To be honest, I wouldn't even have come if Diane hadn't persuaded me.
Well, I'll be honest as well. I would have said no straight away if Charity hadn't talked me out of it.
Women can't stop them interfering.
Well, let's surprise them by not fighting about it. We'll just have a pleasant drink and agree that we could never work together.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, Scotch and pint for Jack, please, Tricia.
Coming up.
Oh no, there's my dad. It'll cause trouble if he sees me with you two. I'm still not meant to mix with anyone from the accident.
I thought you were coming back to our place.
Well, not if he knows where I'm going. I'll be over soon if I can get away.
It's going to take all the fun out of her being our neighbour if she's not allowed to talk to us.
What with our charm, we'll soon talk him round.
Hi, Dad.
What are you doing here?
I came to see Joanne. I needed some help with my maths homework. And I was hoping to see you to see how your interview went.
Well, I don't want to count my chickens, but I reckon it's in the bag.
Oh, that was brilliant, Dad.
I thought I'd get us a takeaway.
Do you want me to come home now?
No, you go and do your homework with Joanne. I'll meet you off the 6 o'clock bus.
All right, thanks, Dad. Bye.
She's running as sweet as a nut. I think you'll be pleased.
I'm sure I will. Here, keep the change.
Thank you.
I'll be in touch.
Look at that.
Obviously not short of a bob or two.
Yeah, well, as long as he keeps chucking it in our direction, I'm not complaining, eh?
Ooh, in the money?
Yeah, we both are, actually. Charity gave me your winnings.
Oh, thanks.
You need to tell me what the bet was all about, then?
Well, we were wondering which of the press players had the biggest.
Sorry?
We were talking about cars. Charity's choice drove off in a Mini.
She got you there, Scott.
Men are all the same. Flasher they are, the less they've got to back it up.
So you managed to get away, then?
Does this mean that we're all forgiven?
Not yet. Told him I was doing homework at Joanne's. Might have passed me more, only was too excited about the interview.
So he's got the job, then?
Well, it looks that way, which means I'll be moving into the village.
Oh, nice one. We can see each other all the time now. Well, as long as your dad will allow it.
Well, now he's got this job, he's not going to be so stressed out, is he? And she'll make it easy to explain things. Talking round.
Looks like Chris Tate's really done you a favour for once.
I'm surprised you're even thinking of getting a job. By the time you've sold off all your land, you'll probably have enough to retire.
Don't know about that. Besides, sitting around the woolpack all day playing dominoes isn't my idea of fun. You're richer than I'll ever be. Never seems to have crossed your mind.
What, retire? I feel like I'm only just getting started. Well, I guess I've got Charity to thank for that. People always said that I'd never be half the man my father was. I guess I believed it once, but not anymore. Look, I've got the holiday village back, the haulage yard, and there's Tate Trash, too. I mean, the company is bigger than he ever dreamed about. I won't be stopping there.
You've got plans, then?
You don't get anywhere by standing still. Look, I know you hate big business, Jack, but it's got to be better than watching this village die on its feet.
Things aren't that bad yet.
Aren't they? You've already got weekenders pushing up prices. If local kids can't afford anywhere to live and can't get a job, then they move out.
I reckon Robert's already thinking like that.
Look, if we sit back and watch it happen, it'll be just retired folk drinking in here Monday to Friday, dreaming of the way things used to be.
Maybe we should talk about these plans of yours.
Penny for him.
Oh, not sure they're worth that much.
There's no point tearing yourself apart over this, you know. We're a long time ago.
Sometimes it seems like it were yesterday. When I were back at the old place, it all came flooding back.
Do you believe your mother now?
No. She's never given me a straight answer since I were 8-year-old. She likes playing games. Yeah, it's not about her. It's about me and him.
Yeah. I know that.
Where was he when I needed him? Where was my dad? I cried that day I knew he were gone. Shadrach found me. Told me I were a baby. Told me he was the man of the house now and had to do what he said. Started pushing me round the barn, laughing at me.
He was just a kid himself.
He kept on pushing me, till I learned to fight back. And then no one pushed me anymore. Well, the one thing I were best at. So I kept on fighting, till I was bare-knuckled champion of the Dales. Always thought he would have been proud of me. If he'd have been there that night. According to her, probably just drunk somewhere in a bar.
So you can definitely talk your dad around?
We'll be in such a good mood now we've got a job, I don't think it'll even be hard.
I don't know why you're bothering. Chris takes a slave driver, so he'll be working your dad all hours. We'll have plenty of time to see each other without him even knowing.
I'll drink to that.
Having a party?
Yeah, sort of. You don't mind Kate to be around, do you?
Oh, of course not. Right day for it. We ought to be celebrating. I've just had a bit of good news.
So have we.
You're looking at Home Farm's new estate manager. Bet that's a surprise. Oh, now I know what you're thinking, but me and Chris have had a long talk and we've started making some great plans. Now, what's your good news?
It doesn't matter now.
I ought to be getting home.
I'll walk you to the bus.
What did I say?